It is a big idea. A new world order.
With skillful manipulating of the press, they're able to make the victim look like the criminal, and the criminal look like the victim.
We love what's happening.
Here preliminarily that the first
Yay,
drug
America,
was
we
success
can do it.
I welcome you to Make It Plain TV.
Society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
I wanted to speak about white women. Now, am I going to say all white women? No. But I'm going to talk about those hashtag Beckys that call police on black people because they fear the black man or the black woman. And they have to meddle in your business because they want to flex on you and let you know that they have power over your life. They want you to know that you have to answer back to them, and you have to answer to them for whatever it is that you are doing. They don't have to know you, and most times they don't know you, but they feel that they have the authority to walk in on whatever you're doing and assess it. And when they don't feel right about it, which is going to be 99% of the time with these types, they're going to call in their male racist backup, the police, to make sure you feel her power.
Please move, ma'am.
I can. Okay. Do you live here?
I'll be answer that question. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. The keypad is right there.
I understand that, ma'am.
You can film me. That's fine.
I understand, ma'am, but you're blocking me.
Into my building.
Okay, and it's my building as well, so I need you to get out my way.
Okay, what unit?
I don't need to tell you that information. So excuse me, ma'am.
I'm uncomfortable.
Excuse me. Okay, you can be uncomfortable. That's your discretion. You're uncomfortable because you're you. I need you to move out my way, please.
No.
Ma'am, please stop touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You just was previously before.
I'm not touching you at all.
So I'm going to step in.
I'm not touching you, and I'm not in any way doing anything outside of letting my dog go to the bathroom.
And I live here and you're blocking the door.
What unit?
I don't need to tell you that. What unit do you live in?
307.
Okay. Great. I'm on the 4th floor. Excuse me.
No. You don't have a key fob. You are... No.
No.
If you have that, then okay.
Ma'am, you're not security. You're not the property manager. You're not Mike Herman.
No, but I live here.
Okay, and I live here too. You're not Mike Herman. You're not Rick.
I don't like the fact you have your phone in my face.
Okay, I don't like the fact that you're blocking me for where I pay.
All I'm asking is what unit.
But you're not. I don't need to tell you that information, ma'am.
If you want to come into my building.
It's not your building. You're not the owner. You pay rent.
Sir, you walked up on a street.
Yes, and I've already buzzed in. I've already
used not.
Okay, man, it does not even matter. Can you get out of my way?
No. Can you show me the key fob into this building?
I'm not showing you anything. And the second, ma'am, I'm bound to walk through where I live at. So.
No.
Okay.
Can you show me the key fob into this? No.
Excuse me.
No.
Excuse me.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Call the police, whatever you want to do.
Where are you going? Do you have a key fob that looks like this? You can film all you want. I'm not being rude. I'm not being disrespectful. You walked into a building that I was taking my dog out and pushed your way in. No. Who are you going up to the 4th floor to see? No, I want to know who you're going to see.
So now you gotta follow me.
I am.
Why?
Because I would like to know who's friends and why you're here.
Because I live here.
And if you do, then I would like to meet you because you're a neighbor. And
You didn't start off on a good note. I don't want to do no dealings with you. I'm going to my house. I'm going to my house where I live at, where I pay.
I would like to introduce myself then as a neighbor. I would like to introduce myself.
I do not want to speak with you. Please stop following me. I want to call the cops for harassment. That's my next step. You just follow me all the way to my door.
As a plain
And you see my keys in the door.
As
That
a-
is so, that.
As a record, I just want to say hi.
Ma'am,
What is your name?
Ma'am,
And I'm
you just,
not-
no. Have a good night, ma'am. Don't ever do that again. You look pretty stupid on video. Have a nice night.
To
And my name's
what?
Mr. Tolles. Thank you.
That when they show up on the scene, that you have to stop what you're doing and cater to their needs. It's a lot of subconscious things going on and a lot of subtle things going on, and we have to talk about it. I notice it, and I'm not going to be afraid to talk about it.
You have a black man sitting in his car in Long Beach, California, and he's waiting for a yoga class to get started, and lo and behold, guess who show up harassing him and calling the police? Yes, another white woman. Let's roll that clip.
Yes, I want somebody here. I can't go back to my house
I understand.
because of this man, and I'm feeling threatened.
It was a 911 call one man feels could have been avoided and wouldn't have happened if he wasn't black.
You don't have to call 911 on me. Talk to me. Ask me my name.
Ezekiel Phillips was parked in his car on Ramillo Avenue in Long Beach on May 30th. He had just dropped someone off and decided to take a 30-minute break before going to his yoga class around the corner. That's when he says a woman walked up to his car.
You're not supposed to be here. This is a good neighborhood. So at that moment, I'm like, wait, hold up. Have a good day, ma'am. Namaste. And I rolled my window up.
The verbal exchange escalated from there.
She took her phone out. I guess started taking pictures, filming whatever she was doing. Hey, I went to film school. I can take film as well. So I got out the car. I started filming her. As soon as I started filming her, what are you doing? Leave me alone. I'm feeling threatened. Help, help. It was one of those.
The woman called for Long Beach police to come to her street.
I noticed him 2 houses up from my parents' house, and I'm like, and then he's waving to me, and I don't know who he is. I go, why are you sitting in your car in our neighborhood? And he goes, I'm resting. And I said, well, you were a few blocks back.
As she walked to her neighbor's house, Phillips followed her.
He won't leave me alone.
Listen to me.
Get away from me.
Ma'am, I'm going to repeat this back so I have it right. 8, the number 8, A is in Adam.
I can't get away from him.
Ma'am.
Get away from me.
At one point, I wanted to leave because I'm like, you know what? I don't have time. I don't have the energy. But I thought about it. If I leave, it's looking like I'm guilty of whatever she's talking about.
My name's Leah. I'm with Fox 11. We spoke to that neighbor whose house the woman went to. He didn't want to speak on camera, but says he only called 911 because the woman asked. Other neighbors tell us the woman's actions were racist.
We all don't feel that way. I don't think if somebody were white sitting in their car that somebody would have called the police. I don't. I think it's horrible. It's acting Trumpish. It's okay to be a racist, and it's not.
We tried finding the woman's home and called her several times. No answer as to why she felt threatened or why she stated Phillips attacked someone. A statement Long Beach police say was not true.
Yeah.
When you say he attacked the other person, what did he do to them? Are you able to
No, he's trying to get his business card to this other guy that I'm proof that he didn't do anything to me.
It's no longer cool to allow your discomfort to say that my discomfort is more valuable than the potential fact that this call, your life can be taken.
That crazy
And with these white women who, they come at you as though you're like they have this authority. But you have to remember that historically, when we speak of racism and all of the acts committed, and we look at the old shows like Eyes on the Prize, we see white cops beating in the heads of black men. We see white cops and white Klansmen, the white cops shooting the water hose and the Klansmen walking around. Who was feeding these Klansmen when they went home? Who was feeding these police officers that went home and talked about how many black skulls they bashed in that day? It was that white woman. So remember, no matter how nice she comes to you, when they are that way, and we have no time to try to figure out who's nice and who's not, because that Colgate smile of a smokescreen is so easy to fool us, and we think, no, she's nice. She's not like the others. We talk about agents. The white woman is an agent for the white man and the white power structure. Never forget that. Unless they can talk to you in a way where you know, and they stand up in a way that you know, if you want to help us, fine, help us. We're not saying all white women, but we have no time to sit here like a postal clerk sorting through mail. This is a good white woman. This is a bad white woman. This is a good white woman. This is a bad white woman. Let me tell you something. They are not going to lose their privilege, and they're not going to do anything to lose their privilege. Remember, 53% of white women in America voted for Donald Trump. Excuse my French, but he is the pussy grabber. He is the one who makes fun of handicapped people, Mexican people, black people, immigrants, Latinos. So get up off of your white butt kissing card when it comes to white America, because you are not white. But that white woman was there. She was the teacher. She was a teacher to discourage you from going into something higher, but she wanted to push you into something lower. She saw your potential and wanted to nip it in the bud, because she knew 9 times out of 10, if you had revolutionary-minded parents, that they were going to guide you into strength and into power to come back at her husband and that whole power structure that helps her be Becky. She doesn't want to lose it, so she has to make sure. These were the ones that supported the husbands. So they are made to go in and infiltrate and act so nice and kind and bring back that information.
In a recent book called The Blood of Emmett Till, the writer revealed that in an interview with Carolyn Bryan, the lady who sparked off the whole Emmett Till death and, ultimately got this young boy slaughtered, like a damn animal. They revealed that Carolyn Bryan admitted that she lied about pretty much the whole entire story, which anybody with common sense knows that was the case from the jump. But she basically admitted that Emmett Till did no physical or verbal gesture to her. At that time, racism was at, pretty much an all-time high, and it was normal to accuse black men of doing certain things to white women. And we've seen movies like, To Kill a Mockingbird and, several movies and stories out here where that was demonstrated. And, when you look at now, in 2017, the same stuff goes on. Black men, especially black men, other races too, but primarily black men are accused for saying things about a white woman or sexually assaulting them. You saw what's going on with the whole Cosby situation. And yeah, there was some black women involved in that situation, but also because white women were involved, it takes it to another level. So, not too much has changed in 2017. But, if you guys have listened to my previous videos about, how I feel about the Emmett Till story, I don't need to go into the backdrop of it, but, I think this woman needs to be brought up on charges. She definitely needs to spend the rest of her, decrepit life in prison, because you cause, a serious situation. The Emmett Till murder, sparked off the civil rights movement. And, because of the actions that she made, not only was a young boy killed, but, it caused racial tension. It was already racial tension, but it took it to another level here in America. And this woman created such, I don't even know the word I can even, muster up to even explain how much chaos this woman caused. But, wherever she is, I don't give a damn if she's 82, 83 years old. They need to lock this woman up. And I believe that former President Obama had reopened the case for Emmett Till because, you know, there's even though now that it's been over, because I believe it happened in 1955. So even though it's been, you know, several decades, you still can snoop around, you still can find the truth and find evidence, because when a murder is done, especially something that was a high profile case like the Emmett Till murder, people know things, people talk, you know, that's how most criminals get caught, because, you know, they run their mouth, or, you know, some type of way they expose themselves. So there's evidence out there, and there's enough evidence to lock up her. I don't know if her ex-husband is still alive. I believe she's been married twice, you know, since this whole situation. But everybody who was involved, everybody who you know, manipulated the situation needs to be behind bars, because I guarantee you, if this was a black man who had committed a crime back when he was 6 years old, he would be behind bars. So, you know, that's what needs to happen out of, you know, her coming out and finally admitting that, yo, you know, I lied about this situation. And, you know, to this day, you know, it breaks my heart when you know, I used to watch, you know, Emmett Till's mother talk about, you know, how much pain and agony she had to go through by losing her son. You know, so, I mean, you know, to this day, you know, it really breaks my heart. And I found out about the story, you know, through my grandmother. So, you know, it's just, it's sad. And that woman never got justice for her son. And if this bitch, and yes, I'm going to call her bitch, she wants to come out and she wants to disclose herself now that she's up in age and she feels like the truth finally needs to be out there, well, you got to face the consequence of that. So, you know, wherever this woman is hiding at, I know she's been, you know, low key because of the case being such a high profile case, she needs to be behind bars.